Of course, irony is completely lost on Donald Trump because he's not very bright, speaks at a fifth grade level, famously doesn't read, but he's really into Broadway shows. So he went to go see Les Mis last night, which of course is about an uprising against a tyrant, but that's lost on him. And he arrives at the Kennedy Center and he gets booed because everybody has exaggerated and gamed the algorithms to fake Trump support. Here he is getting booed at the Kennedy Center. You hear the boos predominantly, and then you hear the MAGA supporters trying to drown out the boos. And then apparently the MAGA supporters broke out into the USA thing. And this is what I have to say to the MAGA supporters. Quit lying and acting like you're patriotic. Quit lying and acting like you're for the Constitution. Stop it. The gig is fucking up. Quit it. Stop it. Let's start calling them out every chance. You're not for the United States of America. You're for a white supremacist state where you worship Donald Trump because you're in a cult. There is no Constitution anymore under this piece of shit that you guys triple Trump and make your whole identity running around worshiping him, defending all of the crazy ass evil shit that he says when you can understand him because he sounds like a man that got a day pass from the memory care center at the nursing home.
He absolutely does. And what I really found interesting about all of this stuff with Les Mis, like of all the things for him to pick, that's what he picked. But we had protesters outside. We had drag queens coming in, which I love. And then I read an article, 7 of the stars refused to perform. So it was the understudies. And the Kennedy Center is like on thin ice financially because everything Trump touches goes financially broke. And I'm afraid the U.S. is next.
And, you know, imagine that like these people act like they want to cheer USA, but they don't want it to be USA for drag queens.
No.
They don't want drag queens to have the First Amendment. They don't want it to be USA for gay people. They don't want it to be USA for Black people. They want to be able to flash their Confederate flag and keep up Confederate statues and tell them you can't make a livable wage. These people are breathtaking, disgusting hypocrites. Disgusting. Beyond Trump is the tens of millions of psychos that supported this man. All right, next up we have, this is so great. Okay, so you know how Trump is always accusing everybody of being paid protesters? Because every accusation is a confession. This is a real posting on Craigslist. Pop this up. Amy Vanderpool found it, and she says, this is a very real ad that I just pulled from Craigslist offering to pay seat fillers for Trump's birthday parade with an undisclosed flat daily fee and lunch of fast food and a soda. Screen grab below. T-Melon Events is looking for seat fillers and extras to provide their time for space maximization and attendance perception for an event taking place in Washington, D.C. on June 14th. Extras and seat fillers will check in on the morning of June 14th at 9 a.m. Extras are required to wear red, white, and blue clothing and will be provided a red hat to wear. Gold accessories are acceptable as well. The team will advise the extras where to stand or sit according to the line of sight from a VIP viewing platform area. Extras and seat fillers will be paid a flat daily fee and will be provided a lunch of fast food and soda. We encourage people of color and ethnic groups to sign up for maximum perception control, and these individuals will be prominently displayed on the televised broadcast and local viewing screens to be seen by the VIP platform.
Wow, is all I have to say. Number one, they're paying you $1,000 in cryptocurrency. I find that a little suspicious. And have you ever heard of attendance perception? Your job is attendance perception. So clearly, they've gotten the word. There's going to be lots of protests and not very many people are coming. And now it's supposed to rain. I'm here for all of it.
Here's the thing. You know, Trump, if we were to do marches right now, nobody, I mean, there's some rubes, the white rural rage. that will show up. Country club Republicans are going to show up and march for that guy. All the people making $400,000 and above, they're not going to go up and march for that guy. Just the rubes who have been fully indoctrinated in the right-wing media shit stain part of the internet where he has stoked their racism. They'll go triple trumpet, get their flags on, put on their grenade t-shirts. I'm an eagle. I'm a big boy. I'm a lion. All that with the big monster truck with the truck nuts. They'll go do it. But the majority of his supporters are silent, embarrassed supporters, and they won't show up. The opposition to him would drown it out. I mean, this is the guy who had to move his inauguration indoors. And so this whole military parade is ridiculous. But I also did read a report for the Fort Bragg where they humiliated the military. They only people that were Trump sycophants were allowed. And they were told no fatties.
I know. I think that's so interesting that Trump is so worried about fat people.
When he's fat.
He's obese.
All right. So next up, Trump's approval rating, and we've been kind of beating this, his approval rating is in the shitter. We're looking at like 38%. Put this up. Quinnipiac poll, Trump's approval, 38% approval rating. My personal belief is that it's even lower than that. Trump's big, beautiful bill has 27% support, and his handling of immigration is a 43% approval, which he has always kind of been upwards of 50 on that. But it's important to point out, Obama and Biden rake the coals over him on deportations. And they do it legally. They don't have to call in the National Guard. They don't have to rip people away from their families. These people, they want the optics of the cruelty along with it. Stephen Miller instructed them, go to Home Depot, go to 7-Eleven. Like that's where all the criminals hang out.
Well, and they're going into fields where people are working. And, their big mantra was criminals and rapists, they're going in and taking people from jobs, but they haven't taken anybody from all Donald Trump's country clubs because he likes cheap labor.
And, everybody's going outside right now. It's summer. And the number one thing you can do to support our show is to support our sponsors. And we are so happy to partner with OneSkin. I've been using their sunscreen. And the great thing about OneSkin sunscreen is they made a whole family of mineral sunscreens that target UV rays, free radicals, and cellular aging. So imagine that you're putting on your sunscreen, but it's also a wrinkle cream as well. That's why I love it so much. 2 birds, 1 stone, 1 cream, 1 skin. Pumps, are you using this?
I am, and I like the OS01 Face SPF because it comes in 2 different tints, so I can wear it. It has non-nano zinc oxide. It's patented OS01 peptide and potent antioxidants. Scavenge free radicals.
Listener, OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin with 15% off using the code IHIP at oneskin.co. That's 15% off. OneSkin.co with code IHIP. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Give your skin the scientifically proven gentle care it deserves with OneSkin. Next up, we have Caroline KKK Levitt abruptly ending a press briefing because of questions about free speech. And this is why I want to remind you all. When MAGA people act like they're patriotic, call them out. They are not. They want an authoritarian, fascist, fat-ass president king that can't even blend his makeup. Trump's press secretary abruptly walks out on her own briefing after becoming agitated by a barrage of questions on free speech. Levitt storms out a press briefing, just madder than a hornet, got her panties in a wad because she can't defend what they're doing.
What amazes me about this is she sits up there and lies about everything. I mean, she lies and has more savvy with lies and propaganda than what I've witnessed in that press briefing room. And I watch Kellyanne McEnany. But I think this hits so close to home, she and her cross had to march out. And that's pretty stunning.
Well, I mean, this is at the core of how easy it is to just take these people down. They do not believe, they no longer believe in the principles of freedom. They never believed in it for everybody, ever. Republicans. They only believed in it for a few of them. But now they're fully exposed that they have the Heritage Foundation and all of these other absolutely evil organizations that masquerade under the principles of Christianity and fiscal conservatism. And what it is are policies that will institute systemic racism and cruelty on a scale that this country hasn't seen in over a century. That's what they want. When they say make America great again, rest assured, the great part for them is owning Black people, abusing them, and not paying them. And this is the most evil freaking movement I have ever seen. And to tell you how serious they are about this, put up this next headline. There are now more U.S. troops deployed to Los Angeles than in Iraq and Syria. There are 4,800 activated Guard and Marine personnel in L.A. compared to the 2,500 troops in Iraq and 1,500 in Syria. That's how serious they are about the, quote, enemy from within. These people are the thought police. They do not want people having liberties. They're obviously racist, obviously homophobic, obviously misogynist, but they're cruel. They like the cruelty of ripping families apart. They like it. It's like porn for them.
Well, and this is just the beginning for them. This is where they went first, but it certainly will not be last. They are planning on these type of military. I mean, Trump said, Trump 1.0, yeah, let's shoot people that are protesters. He does not want peaceful protests, and that's exactly what he's got. And he's making this big propaganda, creating a problem, trying to solve it. And I'm telling you, this is the big tip of the iceberg.
I agree with you, Pumps. All right, please buy our book, Life is a Lazy Susan of Shit Sandwiches, link in bio or pinned right below, and we will see you all later.